Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Holly's Hobbies Crafts, and I know I've kind of been MIA, and there's a reason. I've had a little bit of a family emergency. At the moment, everything is stabilized. I don't want to go into detail as to what is going on. If you are close to the family or you know me, you kind of know what's going on, and I'm just going to keep it that way for now. But please know that I have not been MIA on purpose. There has been a reason that I have been out for a few days. So while I've been out, though, in my downtime, I have started making a wreath. And this wreath is for a surprise for someone. So I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail on what I'm doing with this. However, I will show you a little bit of how I'm making this because I am really excited about it. So you'll see a lot of these little things here, and these are the colorful ones, so it's this stuff. And then I'm cutting, the other tool that I have is this color, so it's kind of like a seafoam green. It's an Easter wreath. This is like a baby blue. This is also a baby blue with some white flecks on it that I just kind of really liked. This is purple, and this is purple. So what I'm doing is I am cutting these pieces into these squares, and then I am cutting. Now all this is it's floral wire, and this stuff is so thin you can cut it with scissors, like that. So what I am doing, if I can pick that piece of wire up now, is take the piece of tulle and I kind of accordion style bunch it. Okay, and then it looks kind of like that. And I take my wire and I kind of double it around the middle. Then I just give her a good twist. And if you'll give me a few minutes, I'm going to make some of these, and then I'm going to attach them on here, and you will see what I'm doing. Okay, just a note, this stuff is kind of hard to work with the tool with because it wants to stick together really bad. It snags. This stuff kind of in general is difficult to work with, so if you don't want to use this, that's fine. I liked the way it looked for an Easter wreath, but I'm getting kind of frustrated with the way that it is behaving with this stuff. And so, because I'm getting so frustrated with it, I'm probably not going to use it with the next one that I do, or I will use only that and no tool. I've made them with only tool before, and I've had less issues. So we will just say that it is definitely this stuff. It is not the tool that is creating the issue. So just a note about that. It is definitely the other product. It's not the tool. I also want to note that everything that I have gotten for this wreath, for this one, the form, the tool, this stuff, the things that I'm going to put on the wreath, and the center part of the wreath, that I got all of this stuff at Dollar Tree. We've got 3, technically 4 within an hour's drive of us. So we've got 2 in Somerset. Actually, there's 5. 1 in Oneida. And then there's 2 Family Dollar Trees here in my county. And I think there's even a Family Dollar Tree combination in Burnside. So that might make it about 6 between us. I've literally went to 1 in Somerset by Walmart and 1 in Oneida close to Walmart, and got these things for this, because I don't want to spend a fortune on the things that I'm utilizing to make my crafts out of, because I can sell it for less money if I've got less money invested in it. Also, when I'm crafting, I try to be as thrifty as possible with stuff, because I like to see how little I can actually spend when I'm making them. I mean, you know, there's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got this roll of tulle, I think, at it was at a vendor's mall in a booth, and there was a bunch of tulle that I bought together, and I think I spent like $10 on like 20 rolls of tulle. So I got it at a decent price. But 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11. I think I've got about 11, maybe 12 rolls of the tulle and this stuff that I'm putting into this wreath. And I'm not sure that it will use all of that, but again, I got another wreath form while I was there of the same shape, the egg, because I've got another idea for one. So I went ahead and got the stuff kind of to make another one, but I didn't get the tulle and everything that I would need for it, because I didn't know how much it would use of this stuff. And I literally bought all that one of the Dollar Trees had as far as the ribbon and stuff went. So, or the tulle went. I will be checking the other one for the other wreath. And I need to do that soon so that they don't sell out of all of their Easter stuff. And what I'm doing is I'm just cutting these into about 6-inch pieces, maybe. Between 4 and 6 inches. Just to where I have enough that I can kind of make the little leaf looking parts of this. And when you cut it, my God. Okay, so yeah, this stuff sticks really bad to this other stuff. When you cut it, it looks like that. Now, I'm really having a struggle with this stuff, and it's really making me angry with this type of stuff. So, I'm trying to get this one done very quickly so that I can move on to cutting these other ones, and I can get these out of the way, because these are a nightmare. And so I'm going to cut these other ones and stack them in the order that I'm going to use them. And what I do is I fill in with these as needed to give it fullness. Now, it's a process, and because it is such a process, I am kind of having to break it up and do this as I get a chance to do it. So, I'm going to hopefully make all of my little things first and then be able to go through and fill it in and just do it quickly. So, give me a few minutes to cut the rest of these out and to get the wire wrapped around them, and I will be back. Now I want to showcase how much easier these are to work with than that stuff. So, I've got my roll of the, if you can see it, it is like a light baby blue color with the speckled white on it, and that just gives a little bit of texture. But if you will notice, I'm not having near the fight out of this that I was having out of the other stuff. And this will go very, very quickly for me cutting the rest of this tulle, because I'm not having to fight with it. So give me a few minutes and I will be right back. So I've got a couple of those rolls of tulle already cut up. I'm going to cut the final 3, but I wanted to kind of do one of them to show you just how quickly it goes. And now, again, these are the ones at Dollar Tree, so they're kind of small rolls. I don't know if you could see, it's kind of a small roll, but the ones at Walmart are a little bit bigger, and I've used those too. So you could use either. I just like the Dollar Tree because you can get a whole roll of tulle for $1, and usually it takes about 2 rolls of one color for one wreath form. So it really doesn't take long at all to get through one roll of this stuff. And as you can see, I mean, This stuff does stick together a little bit, but it doesn't do nearly like it was doing with the other stuff that I was using. So like it's just like a 6-inch long sheet of the tool, and I just lay it out in front of me, and I cut it and stack it, and then I move on to the next cut. And as you can see, it goes pretty quick to get through the spool. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. I usually make Valentine's Day wreaths too, but I didn't have time to do that this year. I didn't have time to do that this year because of the situation that my family's been dealing with and things like that. So I kind of got sidetracked a little bit with that stuff, which that's okay. I don't have to make Valentine's Day wreath every year, or wreaths. I just saw this stuff and I wanted to make this one for a friend of mine. So that's what I'm doing. As you can see, I got through that roll rather quickly. So I'm going to finish up these other 2 rolls, and then I will be back to put these little things together in my piles, and then I can just attach them to the wreath. So give me a few minutes. Now I will say that one thing that I did not buy at the Dollar Tree, that you will need to do this if you're going to attach anything to it, like I'm going to, like the wreath back itself. I'm using a egg-shaped sign that says Happy Easter or something like that on it that I got at the Dollar Tree. It's got like a bunny on it. That was something that I found there that I am using for that. I'm going to hot glue it together, and I found some little shapes of things. Like there's some eggs that I found that I'm going to cut off of the little sticks and glue onto it. I found some gnomes that you could do that with. There are all kinds of things, like little carrots. I found little carrots that I'm going to attach to my other wreath that I'm going to do. So there's all kinds of things that you can do with these that are just so cute. And that is, my plan is that I am going to attach some things to it. I'm going to make a bow. I got some ribbon there as well that has like some Easter eggs on it. It says Happy Easter. I'm going to make a cute bow for it. But I'm going to attach everything with hot glue. And so the few things that I did not buy at the Dollar Tree that I will need is like glue guns and like the hot glue gun and the glue sticks. So you can get those in the crafting section at like Walmart. I think the Dollar Tree even does have some. I know the Dollar General does. And they're not horribly expensive, but like I just really like using hot glue to attach these things. But you can attach them in other ways. I've seen people use super glue. I've seen people use just wire and stuff like that. And honestly, this floral wire, it's great to work with for these light things, but it is so hard to work with heavier things to get it to stick, because that floral wire is flimsy. So if you're going to use floral wire, I would caution that you use it to attach the lighter weight things. The tool, the carrots could probably be attached with it because they are like they're cloth, so they could be attached with it. But anything that's a little bit heavy, I would recommend using either some hot glue, which is what I would do, or if you must use wire or something, get some heavier grade wire. I'd say you can find it in any crafting section at like Hobby Lobby, Walmart, anywhere like that. It is just recommended that you find a method that works for you and for what you are going to do, and don't try to stray too far from that, because if you do, sometimes you get a little aggravated with the way that things work. I know I do. I like to find something that works for me and I stick with it, because I tend to get aggravated if something doesn't work like I think it should. And that's just my personality. But I know that it is frustrating when you are trying to make something work and other people seem to not have any issues with it, and I'm over here ready to rip my hair out because it's not doing what I need it to do. So, just a word of caution, find a method that works for you. For me, it's hot glue, and go for that, because crafting is not supposed to be stressful. Crafting, for me, is done to alleviate the stress. And it's pretty stressful if I'm aggravated with things. So, okay, so there's all those cut. And I'll just show you what my pile looks like here now. That's all of them. And then there's those. So, yeah, I am going to now attach the wires to these, and I will be back. Okay, so I'm going to give my hand a break from cutting that wire for a minute. And I showed you how to make one of these out of the tool. I'm going to show you now how I make one of the ones out of this stuff that gives me nightmares here. So I do it much in the same way. I get it kind of bunched up to where it looks kind of like a leaf. Give it a quick twist. I grab my wire. And I'll fight with this for a minute. There we go. I fold it around the middle of it. And then I twist. And here's the thing, with this stuff, you kind of have to shape it a little bit. And it gives you the little leaf looking things that I had from before. Now, this stuff is harder to manage than the tool. And I'm not entirely sure. I think it's just because of the material it's made out of. But it is really hard to get this stuff to do what you want it to do. It wants to stick to itself. It wants to stick to literally everything. Let me just show you how much easier this tool is. Okay, so piece of tool, and it's very thin and lightweight. So it's kind of, it's easy to get 2 or 3 pieces together and not realize it because it's so thin. But here is just how much easier the tool is than that stuff. And then I'll attach them to the wreath when I get them all together and I can grab and put them in the order that I want them in. This was just what I did the other night, just sitting on the couch watching TV. I was able to get that much done. I think it took me like 2 hours to do that much, and that was with me cutting it. That was with me, you know, fighting with that other stuff. It was, you know, took me a little while. But, like, I try to cut all my tool and have it ready to go, and cut some wire to have it ready to work with, just because I know that it goes quicker if I have all of my stuff laid out and I'm not searching for it. You know, my husband couldn't believe that I got that much of it done just sitting there watching TV. And it was literally while my kids were doing their Valentines for school. That was, I guess, Sunday night, because they took those to school Monday, so that they were there for their parties today. And speaking of, my kids get to do a dance today at the school, so they're all excited about that. I know my son had to wear a red sweater and blue jeans and kind of dress up a little bit. My daughter, I have no idea what she was planning to wear. She was with her dad last night, so I don't know what she wore, but I do know that it was supposed to be a surprise. and she was all excited about it. So it's quite untelling. And with that, my son, who is 5, decided that he wanted to get his little girlfriend, who is also 5, a bouquet of flowers. So last night, I went to the grocery store, and while I was there at Kroger, I picked him up a bouquet of, they're called Crazy Daisies, and our flower shop here does Crazy Daisies, which is what I got for my daughter, and a stuffed animal that I will have delivered to the school today. For my son, I got like a coloring book and a stuffed animal. But they are bright colored daisies in like a bouquet. Like you get 1 or 3 or 5 or, however many they divide it into. You tell them how much you want to spend and they get you that many. So it's like the bright colored daisies. These are Crazy Daisies, but they had pink, red, and white in each bouquet, and they were dusted with silver glitter. So that's what he got for his little girlfriend. And I want to say there was like 6 or more of each color in that bouquet. So my son has had this same little girlfriend for like 2 years now. They were in the same preschool class, and now they're in different kindergarten classes, but they are still a couple. As much of a couple as you can be at 5 years old, I guess. But he, for her birthday, took her flowers when he went to her birthday party, plus he got her a gift. And apparently now for Valentine's Day we are doing flowers. So my son is starting early on being a ladies' man, and he is starting early on buying gifts for little girls. So I don't know what this is leading to. I'm kind of wondering when the engagement ring is going to be brought up, because these two they've been together for a while, and it's so cute. But I mean, it is absolutely adorable, and I'm glad that he is learning early on how to treat his girlfriends, and that we buy them flowers for Valentine's Day, and that we show them appreciation. And he's doing a very good job of being a little gentleman at times. He opens doors. He does do these things very well. So I will say that I'm glad that he has taken that initiative in being a gentleman for her. So I just wanted to share that because that is such a cute little thing that he's doing. My daughter, like I said, she's 11 and she does not have a boyfriend or anything. And it's kind of a different dynamic. Like, he's buying Valentine's gifts for a little girl at 5, and my daughter is like not worried about boys at all. So I don't know if this is something that maybe he will grow out of. I kind of hope not, because I think it's really cute. But I mean, it's fun for me to see the difference in the two, but to also see him just really be a little gentleman when it comes to his girlfriend. So I'm excited to hear how she likes the flowers. I sent a picture to her mom and told her what was going on, and she said that the little girl will love them and is excited to see and to hear about how he gives them to her and everything. So, like I said, I know that they are doing a dance. The kindergartners do get to go to the dance. I just don't know if they'll be down there like with all of the kindergarten classes at the same time. So maybe they'll get to hang out and dance together. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's no slow dancing going on. I think it's all going to be like, let's just get in this group and bounce around and be wild, which is fun. But I am excited to hear how she likes them and when he gave them to her and all of that fun information that I'm sure I will get when he gets home from school. But I just wanted to share that because I thought it was such a cute sentiment for a 5-year-old to be thinking about his girlfriend, um, and buying her flowers for Valentine's Day. So yeah, if you have kids that do the same thing at the same age, share the story because I would like to hear how some of these early romances turn out. Um, I'm hopeful that these two will be able to stay at least friends. I would like for them to stay together. She comes from a good family. Um, I get along well with her family, and I would like for, you know, if my son is going to be dating somebody, I would like to be able to get along with the family. So I I would like for them to be a part of this. So if like your kiddos started dating at this age and all, and like I don't let him go on a date, but like they hang out. We let them have play dates and stuff. So I'd like to hear how those things go because it's adorable to watch the two together. So I wanted to share some ideas that I have for a few new craft projects that I have coming up. There is going to be a craft show that I plan to do in Tennessee, around the Big South Fork area. I've got to get my application sent in with my vendor fee, which is only $25, so that's not bad. But I would like to be set up for that, so I need to start making a few things and have them ready. But one thing that I have thought of aside from these wreaths is I have a bumblebee wreath idea that I would like to do, and I've started buying the stuff for it. Some ribbon. I bought a bee form that I'm going to paint, and it's going to be attached to the wreath in some way. And then the background that I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap around the inner part. I'm going to wrap some material that I found that is like beehive looking material, and then I'm going to make a bow and some stuff like that. And I've got tulle in black and yellow for that, so I'm excited about that one because it to me it just kind of screams spring, and that's kind of what I'm looking forward to is spring. I'm going to make some more jewel weed soap and salve. Hopefully I'll have some of that to sell there. I'm going to try to make a couple more wreaths to have by then, to be able to showcase those. I want to make some more freshies, be able to showcase those, and some of my soap and stuff so that I can showcase that skill. I'm going to take orders there. That'll way if there's something there that people want, but they want it in a different fragrance or a different color or something like that, I can do customization, but I have to be able to do it, I have to be able to have an idea of what kind of customization people want. So I would like to be able to offer some of those options, but have examples there so that people can see what I can do. So those are a couple ideas that I have. I'm wanting to try some different soaps and salves. Calendula salve, I think that's the way that you would pronounce that. It's so good for like healing and stuff like that. So dandelions, even though I'm allergic to these stupid things, dandelions are very beneficial. They are very useful in fighting cancer, and you can eat like every part of the dandelion is edible. So like dandelion salads and stuff like that. I would like to be able to make some dandelion salve. It's like a topical type ointment to put on, say like skin cancer spots and stuff like that. I am not sure how well that will be received, but I plan to at least attempt some of that. Same thing with my freshies. I've got all kinds of ideas. I think that some of the molds are just so adorable. I can't wait to get started. I've ordered some more beads. I've got some curing over here that I mixed in together, and I just need to give them a good shake here and there. But I have a lot of ideas for those. I've gotten some more things that I will be sharing in another video very soon, for decorating the freshies and even for making new freshies and stuff like that. So I'm excited about that. If you have an idea of some crafts that are kind of in the realm of what I do and you would like to see some of them, like me to attempt them, or even maybe I've done them before, shoot me a message, like, share, comment, you know, somehow, like, email me. You can get at me at, let's see here, it's hollyshobbyscrafts1@gmail.com. I can check that daily. I have been trying to check whenever I get an email in there. Mostly it's been about my orders and stuff, so I've not gotten anything from anybody, but I will respond once I do. And I hope that I can find some other things that I can do that maybe don't take as long to do. I know these wreaths take a little bit of time, but they are so beautiful when they're done. It's worth it in the end, I feel. And also, like, I know I'm making this one for my friend, like I said. The friend is also making things for me. So, I'm trying to, you know, pass on the kindness, but also, the love of crafting. And, I think this friend may also sit up with me at a few of these events and sell some of her items that she's making. And, you know, it's kind of a win-win situation. We both get to make some money. We get to spend some time together. We get to have fun and share love of the craft that we make. Thank God I'm down to my last two of these. These are nightmares. I will probably not be using this stuff anymore. Or if I do, I will be utilizing it in a different way. This stuff has been a process. So, if you have any ideas for me, though, I am very open to that. I'm happy to hear it, happy to entertain anything that I can. Try something new. Just tell me what I would need and stuff like that. Also, if you want to see, like, if you have an idea for a different wreath or something and you would like to see, you know, different colors or something together, I am open to those comments and suggestions as well, because I feel like everyone has a little bit of different taste, and I would like to be able to offer things that everybody would like. So a little bit of something for everyone, so to speak. I think I just dropped a piece of my wire. Once I get started on these with the tool, it's going to go so quick that it's going to be soon, and I will have a huge pile of these ready to go, and I can start adding them onto the wreath. That time I know I dropped a piece. Okay. Now, the way that I do these is I alternate my colors. That's why I'm doing them in two piles. So, like, I've got all of the weird material stuff in one pile, and I will have each color tool in another pile. And so I do, there's 4 wires in a section, and there's 4 sections. So I do one of each color on, like, a different spot on the 4 wires in each section, and then I go on to the next color and put it on the wire above it, and I continue that pattern for each section and each color. Because I try to alternate the colors on there, I don't like them to all be clumped. Now with the bee ones, I may do like all yellow in one area, all black in another, just because of the stripes. But we'll figure that one out when it comes to it. So I just kind of wanted to share a little bit of that with you, that, you know, the way that I do things is not the gospel. It does not have to be the way that it is. If something works better for you, or you like a look of something better, if that's what you want to do with it, by all means do it, because there's no right or wrong with this. I am just one of those people that I prefer things to be spread out. I like my colors to blend better and not just be all in one like clumped up section. I like to spread it out and make it flow better that way. So give me a minute to get the rest of these done, and I will start adding them to the wreath. And looking at this ribbon or the tool stuff that has given me such an issue, I'm wondering if it wouldn't be better to use it like you would a ribbon wreath, like attach it in one big piece. I'm just kind of looking at it like, maybe if I didn't have all the little pieces sticking out everywhere on it, it would work out better. And I think it would. I think it would be much more, I don't know if it would ever be easy to work with, but I think it would be easier to work with if it was in one big piece attached, kind of weaving it in the wreath instead of attaching it like these. So maybe I'll try that with it next time. I don't know. This stuff, it's kind of a nightmare. And I don't know if it's just because I'm not used to working with it. I'm used to working with the tool, and I'm used to working with ribbon, and I'm not used to working with this stuff. And it may just be the stuff that it's made out of, and this stuff could just be different to work with because, again, it's not what I normally would work with. So I'm wondering if maybe I worked with it in a different way, if it would work better. So that's just my thoughts on it, and I am not entirely sure if it would work better, but I may be trying it with the wreath in the future and just seeing, because this stuff is beautiful. It really is. It's pretty, but it's pretty much a nightmare to work with. And typically I will find a way to work with most things, but this stuff, I know I will never use it again with the tool in this way, just because I've had such a struggle out of it this time around. And it's not that, like, I mean, when I saw it, and I knew it was different when I bought it, but I was like, ooh, that just screams Easter at me. I need to get that for that wreath. And so I hated not to use it. And once I got into it and tried, though, I knew it was going to be hard to work with. And I think I should have listened to my gut on that and maybe went with something different. But I've already started with it now, and I'm going to stick to it. You know, just because it's the principle behind them. It's the principle of the matter. You know, it's like I've started something, and I'm going to stick with it till the end. And it may do me in, because this stuff is very difficult to work with. But we will see. I'm about halfway through my pile of making these. So give me a few more minutes, and I will be back to start attaching these to the wreath. And that will be the last part of the video today that I will show, because I don't want to spoil the end result. I recommend wire cutters and not scissors, and somewhere I have wire cutters, but where we have, not necessarily moved, but where we have had to box up our entire house to do our addition that we did, and all of my craft stuff got boxed up. I do not know where my large glue gun is, and I do not know where my my wire cutters are. So I am resorting to scissors, and that is kind of painful on the hands. So I do recommend wire cutters if you have access to any, because this wire, even though it's thin and you can cut it with scissors, after a while it will dull your scissors, not to mention it will hurt your hand. That's why I'm cutting it in spurts and, going in and fixing these, and then I start back in on the wire, because it hurts my hand to continue doing it for so long. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this. Is I will use the scissors for now. I need to find my wire cutters. If not, I will go buy another pair, because this hurts your hand after a while. And if I'm going to be making more of these, which I have about 2 or 3 more planned, I need to have the correct tools to use for this, not scissors. Something else, if you want these leaves to be fuller and to not be as transparent, because this tool is very thin, you can double it or fold it over and it does get a little bit fluffier. You can play with it and see what look you like best, because I really don't have a preference for it. I just, for Easter, it's pastel. The colors are usually pretty light and pastel, pinks, purples, blues, yellows, and usually like a mint green color. So, but like, see, this roll is a green, but you can't even really see what color that is until you have, that was 2 layers, there's 3 layers. So you kind of have to have it pretty layered before you can really see the color. And that's okay, that's normal with this tool, but some people want to be able to see more of the color, and that's fine. When you bunch it up and you make the leaf part, you can see the color better. But if you still want more color to it, you could do 2 pieces together. You're just going to use more tulle. Now, if you're getting it at the Dollar Tree, that may not be a big deal, because it's $1 a roll. $1.25 plus a few cents change for that. But if you get it at Walmart or Hobby Lobby or somewhere like that, you're going to get a bigger roll, yes, but you're going to pay quite a bit more for it. I think at Walmart the rolls are like $3 or $4, depending on what you buy, and they are usually, they're larger, and usually you get like about twice as much on a roll as what you get for the $1 at Dollar Tree. Hobby Lobby, I've not priced it, and I've not tried their rolls of tulle yet. I assume it's probably more like this, and you probably get twice or triple the amount that you get at Dollar Tree. And I don't know the pricing though, so I don't know if it would be worth it to get the larger roll. And that probably depends on how many projects you're going to make with that same color of tulle. Like I said, I had in mind to only make 2 of these Easter wreaths. Well, I bought what I thought would be enough to make 2, and it turns out that it's really only about enough to make 1, and maybe a few pieces left over. So I'm going to have to check out the other dollar stores, because I literally bought all that they had, and see if I can find some more of this Easter colored tulle to make the other wreath with. And I tend to run into that issue if I get my stuff at Dollar Tree. I probably should have thought that through a little better, because in the past I've done that. I've bought the stuff to make 1 wreath, or what I thought would make 1 wreath, and it wasn't enough, and I'd have to go back to the Dollar Tree. So, you know, I probably should have thought back to what I'd done before and how that worked out for me. But I was not thinking, and that's okay. It just means that I will probably be going back to a different Dollar Tree and seeing what I can find in the next week or so. And again, yes, this is Easter, and I know we're in February, but if you don't buy the stuff quickly, it gets gone at Dollar Tree. So, like, trying to be one of the first ones there to get the Easter stuff or the new holiday stuff, right? They've got a lot of St. Patrick's Day stuff out. Their Valentine's Day stuff was completely picked over, and you couldn't get anything that you needed to make one full project. Because I was going to make Valentine's stuff, but I couldn't find anything that was going to be a full project. So that's why I opted to just go ahead and do Easter, because I thought, well, Easter is one of our next big holidays, and the stuff's cute, and they've got more of it. I can at least get one project out of the Easter stuff, and that's good. So what I recommend doing is, as soon as, like, it's Valentine's Day now, today, so they've got their St. Patrick's Day stuff and they've got their Easter stuff out. They've got spring stuff out. Here probably as soon as we get into St. Patrick's Day, they'll start putting probably some summer stuff out, and maybe even 4th of July. That stuff goes out pretty quick. So I recommend, like, in May, at the very latest, April, May, they'll have 4th of July stuff out, or they should have. And that's when I'm going to go try to get all my 4th of July stuff, because that's going to be one of my big holidays that I'm hoping to sell things for. And you got to catch the stuff when they have it, because if you don't catch it then, they run out. And some reorder, some don't. So it just depends on what area you're in, how busy, and how much they sell as to if they reorder that stuff or not. Okay, so in interest of saving a little bit of time today, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I'm attaching these to this. So I'm going to start with the blue, and that's what I'm going to attach. So here's one of these, and I need to put it on this. As you can see, there's 4 lines, and I'm attaching it to the 3rd one up, because I've attached 2 other loose ones earlier. And what I do is I just take this wire, and it's a little bit difficult to reach in between, but I'm going to wrap it around there, and it's on there. Same thing here. I'm going to go up to the top one, which is a little bit easier because I don't have to go through as many. And it's attached. It has attached itself to my stuff here. Okay, so then on this one, I'm going to start on the bottom rung here. It's attached. And the last one I'm going to do on the 2nd one up. And you kind of have to keep bunching these and pulling them out of your way at times, because they do like to get in the way. Okay, so I'm going to attach it here to the 2nd one up. And there you go. That's how I have been attaching them to here. And you will just continue that. The next one that I will pick is the purple, and I'll go, since I did the first blue one here, I'll put the purple one up above it. And I'll just go through there alternating where I put them based on the pattern that I want. and eventually this whole wreath form will be full of these. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, share, comment, email me any comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, anything like that. You know, my email is always open. My inbox is. It's hollyshobbiescrafts1@gmail.com. You know, I've got the YouTube channel. Also my Facebook page, which is Holly's Hobbied, because Facebook was weird. But again, if you have any ideas, suggestions, thoughts, anything, please share. I'm open to all kinds of feedback. I'm open to any and every type of response that you want to send my way. And I would like to express my appreciation for you following me and sticking with me. So yeah, just if you you know, have any thoughts or anything for me that you'd just like to share with me, or if there's anything in particular that you can think of that you feel would be beneficial to me, just shoot it my way. My daughter will be back with me this weekend, helping me with some of these crafts, I'm sure. We just had a lot of stuff going on in the last couple of weeks. So we haven't been as able to be in front of the camera and stuff. So hopefully that changes this weekend and we can really start hammering out some product, and I can get many more videos uploaded. I already have one in mind to introduce the new things that I got for the freshies, and I need to make a few freshies, so that may be something that I record and do a video on this week. So please continue following, liking, watching, commenting. I am trying to stay as active as possible, but we have had a few things going on in the family, and then my daughter also had a slumber party on Friday of this last week, and so I had 3 preteen girls running through my house at all hours, and so that was a little bit crazy, and I could not have recorded if I had to because of all the noise and chaos that came with that. So again, happy Valentine's Day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for engaging in whatever content of mine that you are engaging in, and please continue to do so. Thank you.